All right, boys and girls, so good to connect with you again today. Hope you're all having a great day. If you are looking at this video in the morning, remember today is our Zoom meeting. It's our last Zoom meeting at 1 o'clock. So depending on what time you're looking at this video on Thursday, Zoom meetings at 1 o'clock. And then if you have a favorite song or movement you want to do on the video, if you have mom or you can write it on Google Classroom, we'll try to do that today. All right, let's go ahead and say the date together. Everybody say May the 14th. There's our 1 and our 4. Remember, 14 is in the teen family. Numbers in the teens start with what? They start with 1, and of course it's 2020, and today makes the TH sound, so you got to stick your tongue out, and everybody say Thursday. All right, can you stick your tongue out and say Thursday? All righty, let's go ahead and just finger clap the teen family. The teen family starts with 10, just the teen family, numbers in the teen. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, we got to make sure we stop at 19 because we're only finger clapping the teen family. Great job. All right, well, I'm excited to see you at the Zoom meeting. Sure miss those smiles, but it gives me a happy heart when I see your smiles at the Zoom meeting. Let's go ahead and look at our book today. It's going to make you pretty hungry for some spaghetti. Look at that, delicious spaghetti. And do you know what this is called? You say a meatball on top of spaghetti. Well, that's got a sp sound at the end, at the beginning, doesn't it? Can you say spaghetti? All right, it looks like I'm going to need your help on this. So, follow along. And when I tell you to sneeze, I'm going to need your help to sneeze. Let's practice that. You ready? Achoo. Howdy, folks. Welcome to Yodeler's Jones Spaghetti Emporium and Musicale. You're just in time to hear about the big sneeze. It all started when they put in that fried Fredder parlor next door. I couldn't haul in a customer with a line and a pole. Yodeler, I said, it's time to upgrade the menu. So I set out to invent the most delicious meatball this side of Sicily. And I likely did, but the blasted thing didn't stick around long enough for a taste test. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody... Can you sneeze for me? Sneezed. Everybody go, achoo. It rolled off the table and onto the floor. And then my poor meatball rolled out of the door. For all I knew, my entire future depended on that runaway meatball. I had to have a bite. I was hot on the trail when it flew to the Piggly Wiggly and hit Miss Dear Jenkins smack dab in the squash. Pardon my meatball, I said, and then I told her my tale. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. Everybody say, achoo. That wasn't the end of it, though. Not by a monkey's tail. My meatball went a wishing and a whizzing, and this time it landed in front of the sheriff's office. Pardon my meatball, I said. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody... Everybody ready? Achoo! Sneeze. Next thing I knew, my meatball zinged all the way to the ballpark, and by the time I caught up, some tadwhacker was just about to chomp down. Pardon my meatball, I said. On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody squeezed, squeezed. Look at that, going right out of that bun. Where do you think it's going to land? That meatball shot to the outfield. Boomerang whizzed by shortstop, flew over the pitcher's mound, and headed directly for home plate. Bad Bubba Jr. was up at bat. Look at Bad Bubba. Uh-oh. What do you think's going to happen to that meatball, boys and girls? Do you see it going through there? Talk about your home run. My meatball zoomed through the wild blue yonder, and where do you reckon it landed? Where do you think it landed? Any ideas? It rolled in the garden and under a bush. And then my poor meatball was nothing but mush. You guys say mush. Yodeler, I said. Look at that. You might as well put up a for sale sign. And then, lo and behold, something happened. What do you think happened? The mush was as tasty as could be. And by the next day, it grew into a tree. The tree was all covered with beautiful mush. It grew great big meatballs and tomato sauce. Have you ever seen a tree like that? Know what? Those were the most delicious meatballs this side of Sicily. Nowadays, plenty of folks stop in for a bellyful. I always tell them, though, if you eat spaghetti all covered with cheese, hold on to your meatball and don't ever, what, boys and girls? Sneeze. Can you say that? Everybody sneeze with me. Achoo. Wow, that would be crazy to see a meatball spaghetti tree like that, don't you think? All right, on top of spaghetti. What a great story. Love that. All right, boys and girls, remember, we're working on our handwriting. Today, great news. I know you're going to be excited. Your last handwriting page. We're going to do something else tomorrow. It's your last handwriting page. So when you look at it, of course, you have the last letter, which is what? Z. Capital and lowercase z. Again, I scribble out through there. I'm not going to make you write it. We have done a great job getting our spacings. You want to make sure you're always putting those letters on the lines so that when you walk into first grade, you'll be writing your name, first and last name, super neat, and you know how to make your letters correctly. All right, of course, row 1 is Z. Remember, can you think of a Z word? Maybe zoo, zebra, zipper, zero. Remember Zero the hero? Zebra, zebra, z, z, z. Can you do that? Zebra, zebra, z, z, z. Yeah, don't make the S sound. It's a Z sound. All right, so capital and lowercase, they look the same. Only one's going to go to the top line. The other one's in the middle. Boy's name, Zach. Short A, it's got the CK. Here is Zeke on a horse. Zeke and Zach both start with Z. One's short A, one's long E, magic E. Good job. And then remember we talked about our community helper, the firefighter, and there's a fire dog. The dog rode on the truck, short U. Has Tim made his bed? All right, pretty easy words to sound out. Remember, boys and girls, when we write a sentence, the first letter is always capital. We've done that a lot, so we should be really good. Mom and Dad, they should know a sentence begins with a capital letter, and there's going to be some kind of mark at the end of the letter. It might be a period. It might be a question mark. Or we've also talked about excitement mark, exclamation point. People use those different words, and those are fine. So we find all of those at the end of a sentence. All right, make sure when you do write sentences, boys and girls, especially as you go into first grade, you got that finger space. We don't smash our words. See how we did that nice practice with finger space? So I know you've done a great job. You've finished your handwriting book. I think you need a silent cheer for that. All right, great job. All right, when we come back, we're going to look and finish up our book 4 reader too. You guys are doing a great job.